the Pullze Check podcast. Today, we have a very, very, very special one for you guys. We just finished the World Series of Warzone. And what do you know? What do you know? I was right the whole time. I don't know. The boys, Diaz, Shifty, and Sage came out on top. Boys, and arguably the craziest finish we've probably ever seen. We'll get into, oh shit. Hold on.
My bad. I have to clean mine. I gotta clean
This guy's a bottom. Nah, bro. Boys. Listen, first and foremost, how the fuck are y'all feeling, bro? After everything that y'all have gone through going into this today, how y'all feeling right now?
I feel like fucking ass. Like.
Listen, we all caught COVID, for those of y'all wondering. We all caught COVID.
Hey, not me.
Sage, you're gonna get it.
Sick.
Sage.
I'm good. I'm immune.
Hey, definitely gonna get it, bro. We were fucking making out.
Yeah, you were drunk, bro.
Oh, fuck. Listen, boys. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about it real quick. Boys, you guys quite literally had the biggest deficit in Warzone history. Like, you guys had the biggest deficit. Okay, for those of y'all who don't know this, the difference between first and second was the same amount of points as the difference between second and 11th place. I don't know if you guys truly realize how crazy that is. That's a 70-point lead that y'all had over first or second place. What the fuck, boys?
Another day at the office.
It is,
That's literally.
So okay. Going into this, right? Did you guys, like, when you guys finished all 6 games, immediately what did you guys do? Like, I'll start with you. What did you think, D?
We just won that shit. That's what I thought. We won the final game. What the hell? I was like, oh hell yeah, we definitely won.
but like, okay, were you like, was that easy? Was it hard? Like, how did y'all feel?
Nah, we definitely thought it was easy as hell, like compared to like what we thought in our heads beforehand. Cause like we were thinking like World Series, like me and Sage got like 11th, the first one,
yeah.
Stage 1. And then
10th and 11th on both.
Shifty.
Oh, so we got 11 too.
Yeah, that's what it was. 10th and 11th. But then like, I don't know, that one felt like it just played out way different. I mean, I don't know if it's because it was like LAN and there was nerves. People were nervous out there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It felt way easier for us. The teams we were fighting were like, I don't know. They just broke down so easily.
Damn. Shifty, I mean, you were the IGL, right, Shifty? So, like, kind of talk to me. How did that feel for you, bro?
A lot of fucking online warriors, bro. That's it.
No, just kidding. Say it, bro. Say it, motherfucker.
Honestly, I think everyone sucked that lane. I told them the boys out there too. I don't think people are cheating like that. I just think people are nervous as fuck.
Yeah.
Everybody, bro. Everybody.
Was
we were fighting? Like, no one, bro. Unfortunately, we didn't get to fight a lot of people I wanted to fight, but it just seemed like, because I don't want to throw hate to people like I don't dislike type shit. But
no, it's no hate. It's being honest.
Yeah, we fought Vap's team a lot. We even talked to him after. They just said they had like their team chem wasn't the best. So I feel like a lot of teams they didn't go in that confident with their team.
They placed like 40th?
47.
Come on, bro. Dom was a cool guy. They did pretty bad.
There's no hate here. There's no like. We're just keeping it a buck fucking 50.
I mean, it's just like how it is. Like stage 1 or stage 2 for effect. We had a team land on us inside every single game, and they placed 49th. And then VAP fought us in LAN and placed 47th. Like, I think anybody that fights us, I don't think we lost. We like never lost an off-rip fight like ever.
Damn.
I think there was probably one game that we got like maybe like actually yeah, but we didn't have Lodian. They did.
Yeah, it was like 5th map.
But we still came back and we ended up getting what 6th, 5th, I think, off of that map.
Yeah, that game I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so arguably, like, there's some. You guys said everybody's ass on LAN. Was there any teams that you guys are like, damn, I'm kind of shocked by their performances? I mean, D, you can go first because you'll keep it a buck 50.
I can't wait for this one.
A lot of teams play like fucking dog shit.
Which teams?
Sorry, FIFA's team.
Damn.
I was saying yesterday, like, it was probably because their team just doesn't fucking listen to FIFA.
Yeah.
Because FIFA is probably like the IGL on that team, and I don't know if it's Wiz or
Okay.
Who's the other one? Oki.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's either one of those, but like they just don't listen to him. That's kind of been their problem since like stage 2. I think they wanted to drop one of them because they got into like a fight afterwards after their fucking stage. But
I'm dead. I remember that.
you remember that?
That was Outwiz.
I think it was Wiz was like tweeting or something. Like he did like a drunk stream that night. He was just like, oh my god, they were all letting it out. That shit was hilarious.
But yeah, I think that team disappoint Aiden's team for sure since they won stage 1, I think.
Yeah.
So I thought they were gonna get way better. Even though like even before stage 1, I didn't really think they were like a good team until they won. Cause like in all the fucking like customs beforehand, like they didn't really place that well. So I was shocked whenever they won the stage 1, but then I was like, oh shit, I think they got like third in the second, or no, they got second in the second one.
Yeah.
So that surprised me when they got like what 11th or something like that. In this
Yeah,
one.
they got 11th, I think. 11th or 12th.
Yeah.
And then
so I don't think any of the top 3 teams really was like a letdown. I mean, it was close between second and third. So, and that was with like Tommy's team. Like I think they had like a couple shit games, or they got 50th.
Yeah, they got the first game. It was nuts.
Yeah, they were the first team to die off. So like that's kind of surprising. They made a comeback to third.
So Shifty, I mean, I saw your reaction to one of those teams. I mean, go ahead.
Man.
Go ahead. Hey, listen, talk your shit. You earned it. Go ahead.
Listen. I didn't really talk like this on Crowder thing, but like now that I thought about it, bro, like so many people talk so much shit and folded on land, bro. Like one thing, I don't know if people knew this. I brought it up yesterday. I was breaking shit down. When I was walking after we won the 6th game, right, and we were all walking to the trophy. I was talking directly at Rated, and I was saying, you guys wanted me here. Where the fuck did you place, bro? Like, cause you were in no end games. I didn't see you. Like, from what I heard through my chat is saying that he's just like, no emotion. Like, it's not going good. He's checked. And I was like, bro, there's too many people that fucking said shit to like go to LAN and play like that. Like, what the? Yes, I'm talking about Rated. I'm talking about Belk. I'm talking about everybody that like. There was only 2 people really that like said a lot of shit, and I mean, I know Belk had all that bullshit with his team, but like, bro, he brought that on himself. And then Rated was talking all that shit through the COD Kings, like, bro, oh my god, bro, they went to LAN and fucking folded, bro, on the biggest stage, you know, like everyone's like, oh, he has LAN experience. He fucking folded, bro. He probably saw us and was like, oh, you know, the light shined a little too bright, bro, because golly, where were they? I feel bad, bro. Like, Rated actually costed the homie a little A, bro. Like,
damn.
I feel like what happened in Caldera happened again. Like, that guy just folds, bro. He folds under pressure.
Wait,
it is what it is, though.
So I didn't get to see like their individual stats. Did Rated not have a good performance?
Scoreboard?
He bottom fragged.
I don't even know.
Can you link me the scoreboard if possible?
It was 17 Adrian, 15 Aiden, and 14 Rated.
Gotcha. Okay. So I mean, obviously.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, if anybody has that, send it to me, JD. Go ahead.
It's just,
honestly, like some of these teams, I'm not gonna lie, leading into this tournament, I feel more confident playing on LAN than I do playing online, which is pretty weird because it's like, you know, you should be comfortable at your workspace. But then at LAN, it feels 10 times better because it's like you're at the same setups as other people. So you got to see what they do on the same shoes as you.
Yeah.
And a lot of these people did not do the same thing. Like, a lot of people did talk shit. Like, shit, a lot of people call this fucking respawn demons because we can only be winning resurgence tourneys.
Oh, yeah. Closet cheaters.
Yeah. They call us a bunch of stuff. Freaking fucking drug addicts and stuff like that.
Oh, my God.
I always say that one was crazy. I ain't gonna cap. That one was crazy.
That one pissed me off the most, mainly because I know for a fact, like, if my mom were to see that people said that shit, she would get on their fucking ass. She'd tell my brothers, get on their, like, I know for a fact, like, if someone were to badmouth me like that, my parents, everybody got on that shit.
You want to know what's the craziest shit?
What?
Bro, you want to know the craziest shit? Is the first thing I met your mom, Shifty? You want to know the first thing she told me? She was like, we were all fucking crying and shit. Like,
Adderall?
No. We were all like fucking crying, and she was like, "Oh my god!" Like, she's like, I'm Shifty's mom. She's like, my son is not a fucking cheater. He's not a fucking.
Oh my god!
I told you, I knew she was so nice, bro. But continue, Sage, continue.
Yeah, it's just like a lot of people would like talk down on us. and a lot of people did try to like find excuses to talk down on us. Like if it wasn't for us playing good on the big map and winning the small maps, they'd only say that we only win small maps. But then when we win the big maps, they say, oh, they do drugs or they're cheating. Like they gotta stick with one excuse, and like if the excuse is not working, then it's probably just simple for them to know enough that they're not good enough to catch up to us.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know, boys. I think there's no denying how fucking dummy y'all went. Like, there's no denying y'all's performance was fucking nuclear. Like, you guys just, I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean, Sage, what you specifically had a really, I think the game 2 or 3, you fucking had like 11, 12 kills. And I feel like you were in flow state. Kind of talk me through that.
After game 1, I mean, game 1, I feel like we should have placed top 5, honestly. That game we would have placed top 5 with like 20 something kills. We just got super unlucky. But I mean, after that game, I shit you not, like I was feeling nervous, like not really nervous going into the scrims because it was like, these don't really like matter, but like we get to see how it is. But we played like shit. Like we played like real like bad. Like we were bad. Like me and D looked at each other and we were like, D was like, yeah, we gotta switch something up. We just knew something was like off. We're like,
the script?
Yeah, we're like, bro, Hector, five kills and placing 35th is not good for us. Like that is not us at all.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I was like, fuck. Like that's when the first game, like that first game was, I was just like, fuck. Like I hope nothing happens like this. And then after that game, I felt like all of us just like clicked. Like none of us had any single bad parts. Like even if D, like that one game that I had 11 and D had like I think like 5, like I mean he does the same for me.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm having a bad game, he's gonna pick up on it, and if he's having a bad game, I'll pick up on it.
Damn,
because like
look at our kills.
Yeah, like we just like
44, 38, like
we just clicked right there.
I mean, you guys were quite literally first, second, and third in the kill department. And I mean, like to have the performance that y'all did, to win by 70, the biggest thing that I've always said, and like, I want to give a huge shout out to Shifty. It's like, I mean, Shifty and you and I talked in between stage 1 and stage 2 finals. And we broke down the stage and D and how they play. And I think out of anybody in the entire World Series of Warzone, you had the most drastic change in my opinion, obviously because I saw it firsthand. And I mean, this goes to show, like, I don't think people realize it's hard to top frag. That's 1. It's hard to top frag with Diaz on your team. That's 2.
I was about to say that.
But it's hard to top frag while being IGL and Diaz on your team. I don't think people really realize like how insane like your performance was. And we had people all over the place talking. Ben's here, right? We had people in Zuma's chat talking shit about you. We had you blacklisted for fucking 6 months in tournaments. You could write a story about like you. People still think you cheat, which I don't know. But like
I heard they said I'll cheat on land.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
But like
oh shit.
Bro, I don't know, Shifty. What talk to me, man. What changed? What was like kind of and I mean, I'll ask all 3 of you guys. What changed going from stage 2 finals to now, right? How did what clicked?
I mean, after we played stage 2, like I even told you, and I told the boys like that was on me. Like I didn't know how to IGL. Like that was literally my first time IGLing, and also like it was in a very big tournament. So there was like kind of nerves with it, like especially when it wasn't going right. Like I even told the boys like I don't even know how to get us across the water from Saeed. Like I was like I don't know how. Like I'm trying, bro, and I don't know how. And it was one of those things where like I've never really ran into that wall of like you don't know how to do this. Yeah. And it was like fuck, because I'm like that's my fucking job now. Like I joined this team to be there. I didn't join the team to be a fragger. Like I dropped my fucking my role out the door. When I made that switch, it was not to be a fragger and shine and all that. It was no, you're gonna like rotate, you're gonna play like how you never have before, and you need to excel at it, or else you're gonna be what everyone's saying, and it's just be a team that can get kills with no placement. Yeah. Like we could have been a bust. Like literally, this roster was god on paper, but that first tournament, everyone kind of wrote us out. They're like, oh, they're not gonna be able to do this. Like they can win the Vandals and stuff, where it's kill heavy, but they're not gonna win the big maps. And then I mean, I did so much just work like individually because I knew that like Sage is gonna get kills. Biffle, I haven't seen him do bad ever. So it's like I knew they're gonna give me the kills, but like if I don't get them to fucking, if I don't, damn, D, I'm just trying to gas you up a little bit.
You glazing, bro.
I'm glazing. Nah, it's the truth though. It really is the truth. So I knew like if we were gonna win or lose, it was gonna be on me. Yeah. Because these guys give me the same thing every tournament. So it's just like if I can give them the placements. and it was rocky at first. And then even going into the LAN, I was nervous about our placements because we played the practice tourney, and although we were on really bad ping, I think like I was the only one on 4 in ping. I think they were spiking a little bit. We had 3 chalked games of like 9-10 points, and then we had 3 wins. So I was like, "Fuck, bro, we're going into World Series. You know, the best 150 players in the world, and you're winning because you're, you know, kind of just getting these wins out of your ass." And I was like, "That's not gonna happen on LAN." I was like, "You need to be consistent." And I don't know what the fuck these boys ate in the morning or what, but like I even told them, I was like this was the time to play that like that. Like we
You guys
played
peaked at the perfect time.
perfect. Like there was no complaints. I even told them leading up, like the day before, I was like, "You guys want to hear me stop bitching at you guys, right? Like let's play good. We got one more day. It's over. Like we played fucking perfect, phenomenal. I'm not bitching at y'all no more." Because you know we had like these little inside jokes of D saying shit of, "Yeah, I don't know how to fight." And that's because that tournament, like we got so mad, and I was like, "Bro, we can't fucking fight a team. Like we keep dying." And
so funny,
and then
bro.
the whole
Yeah, we're
turnaround, it
fucking
felt
cooked,
like
bro.
I was on their ass, bro, and it just felt like LAN. It was like such a complete turnaround. We couldn't lose a fight, and we just were dominant. Like it was such a weird thing. We haven't played like that besides the Vondel 200-point tournament, where I feel like we all peaked. Like all 3 of us were playing well, and then we hadn't seen that performance until literally the biggest fucking stage on LAN, like to prove everyone wrong and like show that not only are we all 3 of us not fucking cheating, that also that we can do it. Like I can, for me, it proved a lot individually because I had a lot going into that LAN of I got blacklisted. I was a fragger. I had so much shit when I left Triple-S because we were like, "Oh, you're leaving. Like Soka's gonna win. They're gonna beat y'all and all this shit." And I was just like, "Okay, I'm gonna keep my head down. I'm just gonna like work on my game," because people were writing us out because we got 11th at stage 2. And then that we were only winning the Vondel. So I was just like, nah, like, trust, bro. Like, I trusted the process, and I made sure I put in hella work, and then we all made sure we put in that fucking work, all the VOD reviewing and all that. And then we just, I mean, it fucking came together. Like, you couldn't write that any better, to be honest.
Like, so how did that feel? Like, going, and, obviously, I know you don't have beef with Soka, but how did that feel to kind of like leave that team? And then even though they placed second, they still did fucking amazing. But like to win by 70, how did that feel?
Great, bro. To be honest, great. I mean, it wasn't even just that, like, because it would have sucked to have left a team and then lost to them. Yeah. Like, beef or no beef type shit. Like, that would have been like, I would have got ridiculed for it. Like, "Oh, you left the winning team." Yeah. So I was just like, bro, I just want to win. Like, winning. Like, I literally told the boys, like, it's over. Like, finally, like, I'm done stressing, bro. Like, you guys just gave me the fucking cherry on top. Like, I have no words for your guys' performance. Like, that was just perfect. Picture perfect. Yeah. It felt great winning. Like, and it was also like we won the last game too. So we already knew we won the tournament. It was insane. It was just like we fucking did it. Like, it's over. We left nothing, no questions left. You cannot say anything about like us anymore. I hope you can't fucking say anything anymore because we just
last map. I was like, yo, let's just get fucking 200 plus because I think we were like like 30 off, like 170, something like that. And I was like, fuck it, bro. Let's just end it on 200 plus, like guarantee the dub. So
I was constantly telling them too.
That shit was amazing, bro.
Like I told them after every single game, I was like, play this game like it's your fucking last. Like don't even worry about the lead or anything like that. Just play this game like if we win this game, we win the whole tournament. Yeah. I mean, we won regardless, but like we still play like that last game. I feel like we played more passionate than we played the other games. But like, yeah, like that, bro. Like we were insane. But I feel like like they usually everybody fucking hates on me. A lot of people, and you know that Hector since stage
everybody.
1. Sage kills sells his life and stuff like that. and like for these like Vondel tourneys, like it kind of helped me out mindset myself to playing my life with D. And I mean, like, bro, I don't think I gave up. I gave up probably 1 or 2 bloods, but that was like at the end of every team wipe. Like I knew someone was gonna trade me out, but like we already killed 2, so it was like I already knew. But I know, like I took notes from every single tourney that I played, especially like knowing how D is, that I was not gonna show how I played on LAN, like showing it on like Twitter tournaments or like say EFUs for instance, the ones that like host the much. I'd rather just keep my role. Like okay, when a team finds us and they see us, they know exactly my role. My role is gonna be linger around them. But most of the time, I was just standing still for like most of these tourneys. Like I was just standing still. So most of these teams,
rat, bro.
Yeah, I'm a rat. But like
gas grenades.
Oh, dude, a lot of people started using them like near the end.
Yeah, a lot of people like I knew how to play my role exactly for this tournament because of all the practice that we've had. And I know there's times where like we'll get into fights where specifically like Shifty kind of has to like nut himself in. Like he has to like bump himself in and involve himself with the fight. But for a lot of these like games recently, for World Series, like I was kind of trying to tell them, like I was like finding that blind spot that like Shifty was too locked in to know, and I'll tell them like, oh, we need a row, or we need to do this, or we need something.
Yeah, it's always
kind
good.
of like how I usually played with my old team. But like playing with, I felt like I got that groove, and I was finally able to do it again, which is kind of why I always slacked off with the most kills, because I'm just like, oh fuck, I can't really do this, because if I do this, then But I like involving myself more into like that little support IGL, but I'm already with these, so it's kind of like.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows that like roles kind of can be tossed around. I mean, you definitely can, depending on the circumstances, right? You guys all have your general roles, but definitely, like you can kind of maneuver around it. But
and the good thing about it is that like for this tournament, like D, like normally you don't hear D talk, and that's just like end game. Like D was actually talking a lot more than usual. Which is like,
yeah, I mean,
he wasn't saying, oh, dead. He was kind of telling us exactly like the shit.
That's the normal call out you get from the dead.
Yeah, but like during this tournament, he was actually telling us like, oh, let's go. Or like, bro, like Shifty or me would call something, and that motherfucker's 10 steps away from it already. Like he already knew exactly that shit. So like.
So D, D. So like going into, I'll ask you the same question I asked them. Like going from stage 2 to now the World Series, what did you feel kind of clicked for each individual? Like in all of y'all, were you kind of nervous going into it, or were you kind of like, now we're taking this shit?
I think we're all pretty nervous. At least before first map. But then like I think after we got the first team wipe is when like the nerves kind of left, because like I think Shifty was saying like all it takes is like one team wipe, and then it's like the vibes are different. Like we got the first kills. Now we know like how to play. Everything just like locks in. Like you're just chilling. So after the first team wipe is pretty much when everything changed. But we definitely were a little nervous going into it, just because like what Shifty was saying. Like before the practice tourneys, we were like we had 3 banger games and then 3 shit games. Like
yeah.
We kind of wanted to like try to get consistent games. If anything, like those banger games, like they help. Like having one banger game is amazing. Like getting a dub. But that's really hard to get a dub, especially in World Series.
Yeah.
But in this tourney, we actually ended up getting 2 dubs, the final one and I think the second one. So, I mean, I guess we just played like picture perfect, to be honest. Like winning 2 games in the World Series, that's fucking.
Plus we placed what, top 5 in maybe 2 games.
I think our placements were.
Here, I can bring them up.
It was 13, 1, 5, 5, 16, and 1, I believe.
Yeah, so
and one of those games we should have got
average
15.
placement was 6 point something.
13 first, 16
was 20 something as
fifth first. Damn. Wow.
Yeah, so like that 16th place game, like if I would have got more health in that storm, that would have been another top 5 game.
That was the game you had 11 too.
Yeah, that was
I even told you like, dude, I was like, fuck, if I would have got you the end game, you would have had 20 by yourself.
Map,
like you would have had 20 kills.
If Shifty was able to get the flare off, we would have floated.
Oh yeah.
Top 10 or top 5.
Yeah, we grabbed a fucking gun too, bro. Like it didn't grab the first time.
I think you got wallbang, right?
Yeah.
No, it took us on me.
Oh, you did? I thought you. It looked like you died from the wall.
Nah.
Damn. So I mean, look, boys, fuck. Like it's undeniable, right, that you guys fucking are arguably the best team going into the next year, right? But like, I have a question. You know what I'm saying? Before the tournament, you guys had a little pep talk by somebody. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just wondering, did that pep talk kind of like did that help y'all a little bit? Here, I'll go ahead and roll the clip. I got
a rampage.
Wait, what?
Gotta get a hoorah.
We get. Hold on. I'm gonna play this shit real quick.
Y'all know how good you guys are. Don't fucking go in there and fucking deny that shit, alright?
Oh, we can't hear it.
I want you guys to win by 50 fucking points. That's how good you guys are, alright? Fucking in, boys.
Is it quiet?
Alright, deadass.
I think we have to go to his stream to hear it.
I'm getting goosebumps.
Oh, this guy's showing this shit, bro.
Fuck yeah. Kill it, baby. On me. Hoorah. Say that shit. Yeah.
Yo, what's this guy doing?
Rampage is a fool, bro. The whole time, it's funny is I had no idea Rampage was recording that whole time, bro. I was so locked in talking to y'all. I had no idea Rampage was.
Bro, I didn't hear him like talk at all.
But you know, I'm just saying, did that little pep talk help y'all a little
Bro,
bit?
I honestly didn't even remember that shit until someone posted it.
Damn, that's crazy.
I don't think I was there, bro.
Shifty, what's up, bro?
I'm really into like that type of shit too. Like just like the pep talks
and into a soul right there.
Nah, like I'm dead. I'm telling you, bro, I lock in. I'm just like, dude, I literally thought about this fucking tournament. I told them too. Like I told you, like, bro, I lived in September 16th since I joined this team.
Yeah.
Like literally since stage 2. Like I was like, all right, I'm focused on September 16th. It almost feels weird now because I'm like, what the fuck do I do now? But it's like I literally stressed so much for this, and like, dude, I just, that shit locked me the fuck in. Like I love, like I was telling the boys too. At the end of the clip, you could hear it. I kept telling them, they were laughing at me though. When we were walking over to the place, I was like, I'm not friends with no one when we play this tournament.
Yeah.
I was like, you're taking what I want. Like you're trying to take what I want. And I would tell them, I said, there's 49 other IGLs. I think they're better than me. I said, there's 49 other fraggers. I think they're better than you. I was on the stage. And I said, there's 49 other supports. I think they're better than you, D, right? And I was like, we're not gonna let them fucking take this. Like, you're kidding me right now? We're the fucking best. I was like, there's 49 other of each fucking role at this tournament, and they think they're about to win. I was like, nah, bro, I'm not having that shit. And I was just trying to hype them up. They were fucking laughing at me and shit. And I was like, one more day, bro, it's over.
No, Shifty's the me of the group, bro. That was me last year. I think he was be like, shut the fuck up, bro.
They literally would look at each other and just start giggling, bro. They're like, what the fuck are you on, bro? They're like,
That's
it's 9 a.m. right now, bro. It's 9 a.m. Like,
nah, Shifty never changed, bro. Never changed, bro. No, bro.
I mean, I'm so happy, bro. Like, we fucking won. Like, I even told Sage too, leading up to the tournament, like, this is a lot bigger for me and you than it is for Biffle. Like, you know, he gets accused, but like, me and you, we're not there yet. We haven't made it yet. Yeah. So it's just like, we need this shit to get this off our back. And because D's gonna be good, you know what I'm saying? Look at him, man. Look at that cute guy over there. He's good. But I was telling me to say, I was like, yo, me and you need to lock it the fucking. Like, we need this fucking win. And I mean, I told Sage this too. I was like, you played the best ever, like that I've ever played with you in this tournament. And I told him, like, you are the reason why it looks so easy. Because when we did struggle, it would be the times that sometimes Sage would get blooded, right? Or just we weren't working as a team the best. And we had so many conversations leading into this tournament. Like, we switched how our formation was. Literally, like 2 tournaments before LAN.
Yeah.
Right? We had a talk, and Sage was like, I think I run better when it's D. And I was like, all right, bet. And then literally the scrim that we played the morning of, D was like, I don't want to run the sniper. Like, our whole game plan changed before the tournament.
Damn.
It was because we were going to run 2 snipers. And then Sage would have our AR because we thought we'd end up pulling out 3 snipers. So that's what we thought the meta was going to be.
Yeah.
And then D, when we played that scrim, I think we got like 16th place and 8 kills. Like, it was just it wasn't working.
What about
and
the first
D, one? I don't even know what happened the first time, bro. I forgot about it. Like, we're out here eating chicken and rice, and D's like, nah, he's like, I can't use a sniper.
Shit, bro.
He's literally about to die. He's like, I can't use this fucking sniper, bro. And I'm just like, okay. I was like, hey, and I told him, I said, whatever you feel comfortable with, let's do it. Like, we're not going to lose because we don't have an extra sniper.
Yeah.
And, I mean, funny enough, like, this meta, people were running triple sniper, and the team that won only had 1.
Yeah,
so it was just like,
I would say
a typical thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, we did not abuse the meta like that. And, I don't know. It was so crazy how it clicked like that. Like that was the tournament. It was just like, you couldn't write it any fucking better. Sage couldn't have played any better. D couldn't have played any better. And I couldn't have played any better.
I mean, I told you guys. Insane. That's the thing is, like, if you look at history of COD and you look at like all the CDL teams, it's quite literally all about peaking at the right time. We see teams start off the year and they're like winning tournaments, but then at the end of the year, when it comes to COD champs, they normally don't do the best, right? Like, it's all about peaking at the right time and understanding like your team chemistry. And you know, when you guys got 11th, I mean, I told you guys, I was like, I'm not worried. And even Chad was like, oh, is this the biggest flop in history for Warzone? I'm like, no. Like, I was like, bro, this is them like not even that like at not even 50%. Even now, let me keep it. Can I be honest with y'all? Like, I feel like even now, we had this conversation. Like, I don't think you guys are like like done yet. Like, I don't think you guys are finished. I don't think you guys are at your 100 yet. I still think there's a lot.
Literally, like people. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, D.
I was just saying, like, people were thinking like, oh, this team just formed, like they're gonna be fucking nasty off rip, like, motherfucker. That shit ain't how it works, bro. We have to build a camp first.
Bro, like that's why after that first like after like that tournament was like the biggest tourney and the only tourney that we've actually played together.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I don't think there was any other tournaments before that.
Plays like a scrim or some shit.
Yeah, but like those don't even fully run because like they don't even have like the players that we need. But like
80 players.
Yeah, but like
Yeah, it was something like that.
going into those that tournament, like I was just hoping to qual. Like I didn't like in my head like okay above my limit. I was like all right, we could probably get top 5, but like we never really had the chem there. Like we knew the roles, but those roles weren't solidified. Like they weren't. They were just there. Like we had it in our mental. Like we know what to do. And I mean, I said it to Shift, and I said to D, like when I would go to both of the rooms, and I was just like, I feel like this is good for us. Even so, Shifty said he's like, I feel like this is what we needed because we don't want to go into a tourney for the first time and then automatically just slam everybody.
Everything you won't work on shit.
And we think we're set. Hell no, we fucking placed 11th. The next 30 minutes after that, we all go downstairs to D's room and we'll start watching everything back. Like that's literally like what got us into that point where we're just like, all right, this is not a fucking joke. Like we don't give a fuck how egotistical we are about our skill. We actually need to take this shit to another level.
Yeah.
And I mean, we did that in every single tournament.
Out the door. When we walked out, we dropped that shit out the door.
Yeah.
I told him too when we lost, like, feel that. Like, we don't ever want to feel like that again.
Yeah.
Like, and we're gonna have to, like, although we're respectfully we're all the best in this game. Like on paper, but right when we joined that team, there's 3 hitters, no weak links in this team. Right?
Yeah. Everybody.
And we placed 11th. You know what I'm saying? No,
yeah, like you
no
can
weak links,
arguably
and we placed 11th.
Y'all could each go to a different team and be the top fragger for each team.
Yeah.
Like that's what this team brings to
be
the table.
Like a different, like be the game changer of that roster. And like I just told him like, yo, feel this, bro. Like these, and especially when people were talking shit, I was like, oh, bro, I'd watch that shit back and listen to everyone say, oh, they flopped. He needs Soka. He needs this and that. He needs to go back to his old team. He left this team and they placed better. I was like, all right, okay, all right, I like that. Keep talking like that. And I was telling them, I said, yo, look at them tweet. Look at them tweeting at us. Look at them talking. But when we win those Vandals, they're just respawn kids. We don't even give a fuck. You know, you don't give a fuck about 20Ks every week. Okay, bro.
People always say that shit, like,
I hated that shit too. I was like, okay, like just wait.
That shit don't matter. That shit don't count.
Yeah, and then the ranked race, right? The ranked race we get second, right? We should have got first, but I'm glad what happened because like, oh my god, like the talks we had because of that tournament and like we were able to point out shit to each other. I think like we got closer. Like our chem got so much better when we lost. Because we were like, okay, if we want to win the big one, we need to be able to talk to each other about what we're doing wrong and like just be open to it. Like, I ain't coming at you. You're not coming at me wrong. Like, we want to fucking win. We have one goal in mind, and that's September 16th. I don't give a fuck about these other tournaments, right? Yeah, it's a cash grab, but I want to win the big one. Like, do you want that fucking trophy or not?
Yeah, I mean, I have a question for you guys. I guess this is just for my own personal like theory and my own personal right. Like, I want to know: do you think you guys all living under the same house helped a lot going into like the World Series, even if it was just for a little bit? I know D moved out and Shifty, all right, you were here in and out as well. Do you guys think that like, you know, did that help you guys? Just out of curiosity, like genuinely curious.
I mean, me personally, I've been here I'm still here. You know, non-survivor, big dog. But being with D, I mean, after those fucking first tournaments that we've ever played together, the Vonda ones and then the Baka Birth or Baka, like that one.
Yeah.
That helped us out a lot because, I mean, the cookouts, we just like, that's where we just sat down and ate and actually talked it through and talked about it. Like, that's where we actually got into like the conversation. And then involving Shifty later on to coming here and us actually having to talk and stuff like that, I feel like it helps me out a lot more. I mean, I'm kind of like I always like I'm just to myself half the time, but it's actually really better for me to talk to my teammates, especially when they're face to face.
Yeah.
Because I mean, alongside that, we still comes a lot of stuff that we did together out here, so it does benefit us a lot. I mean, me and D will stay up till fucking 6 or 7 in the morning playing fucking spike ball. They're just chatting it up and stuff like that. Like it did help a lot, and yeah, I feel like that for me personally changed it to another level.
It helped us from being teammates to actually being like friends, because like.
Aww.
Nah,
you got it, bro. You got it. Hey, take it over, bro.
Nah, he was just starting to talk, Shifty.
Holy
You know,
shit.
fucked up, bro. All right, continue, D. Continue, brother. Ignore him. Continue.
Anyways, but yeah, I mean, even because like me and Sage started getting to know each other, we were hanging out a lot, going on some fucking food runs and shit. And then I think Shifty came, but he came for like a fucking like a month maybe.
Yeah, it was a month. It was a month. Felt like 2
Came for
days.
A couple days, and then he ended up leaving. But when he was here, like we were fucking getting cooked because we were playing shit. And then after he left, I mean, we hung out a little bit in Paris. So hey, you know, I got more Ken with him. So going into next year, you know, we'll be chilling.
Shit. All right, let's talk about that real quick. Listen, bro. Okay, people, we've been getting a bunch of hate all over fucking Twitter. I don't give a fuck. You know, there's certain gremlins in certain scenes that get a little crazy, right? But listen, like you guys were a part of quite literally, I think, is it safe to say the biggest Call of Duty event ever? I think that is safe to say, right? That we peaked at 388,000 viewers during our tournament during the World Series of Warzone, which is the biggest event this year. And I don't want to say it's the biggest event ever. I don't know, but I know for a fact
one of the CDL events had.
I think it's like the 3. Like
Yeah,
I think
it was
the
like-
top 3.
No. Like what? I think one of them tops World Series.
No, not this year.
It depends on what number. Nah,
Someone
the
posted
387,000 number, that one was the most. But at
Yeah.
first it said it was only 300K, and that was only beaten by Major 3.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
dude, that was
not
literally-
those weren't the official numbers. So the 388,000 is the official number from like, because the person who tweeted that, he's the one who ran the whole entire event and who like they got the numbers from actual people. So it is for sure the biggest event this year. Like I don't know about ever in Call of Duty history, but for sure the biggest event.
For Warzone, yeah, it's hands
In
down
general, the
event,
biggest
yeah.
Call of Duty event as far as like this year. I mean, D, what does that kind of like? Do you care, or is it kind of like? I mean, that's a huge W for those who don't know. It is a huge W going into next year because that opens up possibilities for us to do even. This is just one event, right? To do crazier things. I mean, D, kind of talk to me. What does that kind of mean to you as far as like having the biggest event
I
ever?
guess the only thing I really care about is the fact that I hope that viewership tells the people that host these events that like they should run more, you know, more lands, maybe a bigger prize pool, maybe, you know, change the prize splits a little bit, you know, 100K for the team. It's kind of crazy when there's one guy that's making more than us winning the solo YOLO, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of insane to me, but hey, you know, I guess it is what it is.
Yeah.
Hopefully next year.
Yeah, I hope they can. I hope they like considered like solo YOLO should make. I guess I would say maybe how much one person makes from the champs tweet. Like say like we made 33K, but like get rid of that 100K and split it within us, but involve them as well. Like say the one person makes the same amount as us. That'd be reasonable. But like them making 100K, they're making more than I think every single person. Like you make more than anybody. Like regardless.
So, yeah.
You make more
That's
than
why.
everybody
That's
in the
what.
tourney.
That's basically like one reason. That's why I never played the solo YOLO for like the last 3 years. I've just died off rip. I've always done it. I mean, shit. The one time that I actually play it because I can't fucking touch my. The one time I play it and I can't use my phone or anything. I can't talk to chat and just fuck around. I get in trouble. But I mean, I did it out of like solely out of heart. I feel like because me personally, I don't really care about money that much. As well as like I'd rather grind for my money rather than fucking take a easy ass fucking trip to 100K. Like I don't like that. I don't feel like I accomplished anything with that. I just got blessed. That's literally all you can say. You just get lucky, and I'm not that person to get lucky. I like working for my stuff. But I mean, fuck. A lot of people have been fucking hating on me, so fuck them.
I mean, at the end of the day, listen, I think if you're not a competitor, I think if you're a casual and you're watching, I get it if you're upset. Like to you guys, it seems a certain way. But for everybody competing, and this is the biggest thing, right? This is the biggest thing that everybody says. Not a single competitor saw what Sage did and was mad at him. They all gave him a bunch of respect. Everybody, you guys can sit on your couch and fucking get mad at Sage and do whatever you want. But at the end of the day, the people who are actually competing, they're the ones that actually like are the opinions that should matter, right? Because they're the ones competing and on not even Breadman was like, bro, why is everybody mad? Who gives a fuck? And Breadman got second, which is which is crazy. Like
I don't think a single motherfucker thought in their head, oh my god, Sage gave him that kill.
Yeah,
That's the
like,
reason why Skullface won. Like, bro, that shit does not make sense,
people,
bro.
there were still 100 people up, and
Yeah.
like if you watched that whole Skull did, he was moving. Like
Hell
he,
for that.
yeah, he was cooking. Like, bro, there was times that he would get on. Like, there was the time that he got on the ladder, and a guy pushed up from behind, and he jumped off the ladder and shit on the other person.
Yeah, he was playing smart.
Yeah, it's not like it was a 1v1 end game and I gave him the kill. Like, well, I'm like, that's stupid. I'll take the 100K. Like, shit. But like in the gulag, when there's still 100, I'm giving them the chance. You know, I'm like, I don't want to be like the one who ends his road. You know, I am not that person. Like, shit, I knew Shifty for like 3 years, and even in Verdansk, like when me and him didn't really talk, I ended up giving him my spot for the E-Fuse tourney, the one with Amelia Rose, and like. I'd never talked to me and Shifty, literally no talking terms. Like we were just gaming and no talking terms in general. And for me to give my spot to someone like someone that I never spoke to, like it kind of just
Hacker.
yeah, like exactly. Like, bro, there was I've given my spot and spots that like
Look, I think at the end of the day, bro, Sage, I think fuck anybody getting mad. Like if you're mad at Sage for that, I think you're one of those people that just like I don't know, you're mad at somebody else for the way they're living.
You're selfish.
At the way that they're living life, it is what it is. I even saw fucking on Twitter a fucking ex-CDL guy say so. I was like, bro, what? I was like, this man is pressed over somebody else's like game. Who cares? I like, brother. At the end of the day, bro, like. I think everybody can agree to this, and people who watch need to understand they need to separate competitive from entertainment. Like you want to see who's actually the best, watch like as far as in Warzone, watch the main trios tournament. Watch the main event. That'll show you who's the best. Now if you want to just have entertainment, everybody knows the solo YOLO is a little bit of skill. Most of it is luck. Like it's just for entertainment. I personally, anybody who competes hates it, but it is what it is. Like I understand why Activision does it because it's good for the casual people to watch. And it's like, oh my God, one game. It's cool. It's entertaining, but it does not at all say any skill. And I think we'll leave it at that. But I mean, I wanted to ask you guys, boys, what kind of format do you guys want to see next year, right? I know I will say this. A lot of the guys that work on the World Series of Warzone, they watch the podcast. So if you guys had the opportunity to talk to them directly, D, I'll let you go first. D, I'll go D, Shifty, then Sage. What do you guys want to see going into next year?
Like the format?
Yeah. In general, whether it's multiple days, multiple events in general, like what do you guys want to see going forward?
I kind of like having like what Apex does. I'm not exactly sure about their format, but I think they have like qualifiers leading up to the final event of champs.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I think that would be cool, having multi-day event, something like that on LAN. Like if they just have like stage 1 and then like a stage 2 and then back to back to the finals, like all of that kind of qualifies leading into the final event. That'd be cool. I kind of like the placement thing that they added this year with the 1.5, 1.6, 1.8x multipliers.
Yeah.
Because we both know we got fucking scammed last year.
Yeah.
I mean, the placements are kind of insane, but
yeah. Just so everybody knows, if we had the same format we had this year, like last year for the World Series Warzone, we would have won. Which we won't talk about it, but go ahead, continue. Sorry. Fucking checked.
Yeah. So I kind of like that. The prize pool, I feel like needs to be changed. I think they pay out like what, top 25?
Yeah, which is crazy.
That's kind of fucking insane. You know, you place fucking 25th, you get paid like 2,000 each or some shit like that. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I think they need to do it to like maybe like top 10, top 8. I don't know, something like that. Make it like super competitive. Because like 8th place is getting like fucking 8K each. It's pretty insane.
Yeah. Shit.
I don't know. I mean, first place should definitely be getting more than 33K each. I feel like for our champs event, basically, like, what do people? I think they make like what, 200K for COD champs.
Yeah, I think
Their
so.
players?
200K each. Yes.
I mean, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, fucking Apex makes how much?
Bro,
each?
okay.
It's 600.
I think they made like 200K each as well.
Yeah, 600K for the winners, and then 6th place team got what you guys got.
Yeah, it's like it's fucking shit on us, bro. Like
Shit, bro.
yeah, that was me, but it's like saying, like, bro, we just get dogged on. But I mean, it's like that for almost every single tournament. Like they kind of just love to give money away and stuff like that. Like, bro, it would be so nice.
It's like it's like content showcases. It feels
Yeah.
like. It's like not really like a competitive scene.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope they just go in more of like a league format.
Yeah.
Like some like.
Tell me what you
I
want,
don't know,
Shifty.
like,
Tell me.
I think I do like the World Series, right? I think they should do multiple days. I mean,
For
I
sure,
want more
for
money, of
World
course.
Series.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
for World Series for sure. Like it should be a multiple day format. I think because how Apex does it, it's like 80 teams that go. I'm pretty sure. I thought
60,
it was like
60.
80, but then it's 60. Yeah.
Oh
but then
no,
they play like
it's 120 because
yeah, it's a lot, and they play like winners round one, and there's like a lose. Like that would be insane to have. I don't know if they could do that.
something
But,
like that, Savik.
Like you could do, I think D was talking about like do the stages for like our 3 day could be the entire thing that like this whole 6 month thing could have been in those 3 days, and it would have
Yeah.
been insane. And then I think, I mean, I don't know if they would ever do this, but like I was talking to other people and they said crowdfunding like other games, like there's always the like Valorant does it, and like they raise so much money for their players, and I feel like I'm grateful for what Activision gave us, but I do feel like they could make a skin for us or like a blueprint, and then just like give us like half of it or something. Like just I don't know. It's pretty crazy. Like
Oh, they sold the
1.2 million. Yeah,
the
there
rat
was
skin.
there was a couple. I
The
think
fucking rat skin.
like there was
The World
multiple.
Series, bro.
There was multiple that like we could have got a chunk of change, and then I feel like that also like the bigger your prize pool, like I feel like brings more viewership. Like I've watched fucking Dota events because like the people that win get like $6 million.
It's
Like,
crazy,
each.
fucking
Like,
crazy.
each. Like I think like an 18-year-old or 16-year-old won 6.6 million.
God
I was like,
damn.
yo, I'm like,
crazy.
I'm in the wrong esport, bro. Like, but I also think they maybe instead of a solo YOLO one game, like they could do some type of solo tournament. I don't know, something like that, and then that would be a whole nother like 5 games, and we do a solo, and you could even throw 100K at it, but do top 5 get paid.
Yeah.
A solo with multipliers, and I don't know how they would work that. I haven't really played a solo tournament like that, but you could stretch it out. I just feel like I'll never win a fucking solo YOLO. Like I just can't sit there for that long. So it just kind of sucks. I feel like I play solo YOLOs knowing I'm not gonna win. Like I just, so I go out there and try to get as many kills as possible. Like I'm literally going out there to like ruin other people's chance. Like I just don't feel like I can, and especially I don't want to get fucking second, bro. Like if I got second, like I'd be so fucking pissed that like I'd rather just go out 100th than like go out second.
Yeah.
Like that's just
That's
how
exactly
I
what
would
I
actually
did.
I
Wow.
would break my fucking monitor if I got second.
Bro,
Like, and I would
bro,
never be able to
like-
live with that. Like someone would, because dude, if I got one and I didn't like the person that got second, I'd tell him like thanks for the 100K. Like I would literally tell him shit like that. So I don't want nobody to have that on me, bro. Like, yo, you're the reason I got 100K. Like, nah, bro. Like I lose it. So I don't know. I think what they're doing is right, and I'm glad that it was a LAN because I think that also they don't have the best anti-cheat shit, if one at all. So like having a LAN does bring some sort of integrity with the scene, which I think is what a lot of people have been asking for over the years. It's like everyone thinks everyone's cheating, but if we could have multiple LANs, and that'd be easier to kind of weed out the people that we think are sus and like give the players a fair chance. Because like what happened with me should never ever happen to anybody again. But it's like I feel like with more LANs, it would help a lot of people to clear their name. Like people think other players are cheating because of their performance on LAN, and I'm like, well, imagine we had a couple of these a year, and you're like, okay, they did good this one, and then they just they kind of felt they didn't have their best performance here, and then they come back and they have another great performance. Like
I mean,
I feel like
it's crazy.
yeah, I don't even talk about that, bro.
Hey,
I
did you
wasn't
say
even
Priest?
talking about that, bro. Nah.
That's still crazy. I'll Priest now. Hey, bro. Hey, my boy P Dog got fucking robbed, bro. My man, I don't know. Anyways, continue.
Man, I just feel like I do want to go in the direction of LANs, also because the environment's pretty crazy. Like I feed off that energy. I never heard D yell before. Like he was getting loud. He got like a 3-piece and was like, "Let's go, they suck." Or some
Oh,
shit like
bro,
that.
bro.
That was insane.
I don't know who those motherfuckers are, bro. But
They all did the same exact thing
Bro,
and
they
died
didn't
the
do
same
any
exact way,
damage.
bro.
Wait, who was that? Who was it that got 3-piece?
I have no idea. I didn't look.
No idea, bro.
No idea.
That he gave it to him. But like even D screaming.
Oh, I have the
like,
clip.
I
have the
literally
clip.
I snapped to a kid and I one bulleted him because he was one shot. But like that shit just got me hyped, and I just feel like we played off of each other's energy. And like when you have D, who is our quiet guy, you know, basically yelling, you know, it's fucking crazy.
Here, you guys wanna watch it? You guys wanna watch it?
Wait, bro, who the hell?
Here, let me watch this shit real quick.
The guy that like
Yeah,
jump to your bike, just your bike.
I think he is. I haven't seen him from his POV yet.
Knocked one.
Nice.
Knock two.
Nice,
Another one.
nice.
All dead. Oh my god! Somebody's way on the front. One on the tree, one on the tree.
No headsets or what was that first guy doing looting that weak ass cabinet, bro? There's nothing
Yeah.
Oh, there's another one there.
Out of everything, he looted the weakest part to loot, bro.
Oh, wow.
Like,
I don't know that hey, you would have told me that, like I would have seen that on pubs and I'd be like, oh yeah, it's just a pub play. But like World Series of Warzone, hey, that's crazy. That I don't know.
You should never be able to pop a 3-piece on land, bro. Like that should never happen.
That was the
Not
easiest
in the
3-piece of my life, bro.
100,
That
yeah,
shit felt like
150 of the best players, bro. This guy's fucking 3-piecing them and not even cracking plates. Like, bro, nah.
it's crazy too,
Yeah,
because like there's actually many times where one of us actually 1v3 each team that we fought. Like
I can't believe that was even a thing.
Like me with that team in the back of the building, Shifty. With the gas grenade, and I just double chowed that shit. Bro, like if I really wanted to be like going for the fucking clip, I would have just ego chowed them, and then Shifty already had him 1, so I would have killed him. Or like D with like with wars under him on the pipelines, like D was fucking snaking them and just shitting on them, and then like you see Shifty from the side just boop boop boop, like just sniping everything.
No plates in the gas, baby.
Dude, dead ass.
No plates.
Damn.
And like
It's just I feel like everything that I told them to, like I was like, don't get a 2-piece, do not even go for it. Like it didn't even matter on land, bro. Like they were popping 2-3 pieces like it was nothing. So that's why I just feel like people had to have been really nervous, because I literally tried to instill in them like, do not go for a 2-piece ever, like never. And we're on land and like D pops a fucking 3-piece, Sage is getting 2 pieces over. I'm just like, bro, what the like? Are we?
Yeah, were you guys shocked that people
tournament like?
Were you guys shocked that people were ass? I mean, let's be honest. People were ass.
People were ass.
I thought people. I low-key thought, I was like, yo, like some of these guys are gonna probably chin my shit. But man, there was fights where I would be mid-fight and the guy would just start licking the wall. I'm just like, dude, what is up with you, bro?
Dude, I was telling these guys literally the entire time before the event, bro. I was like, bro, I'm telling you guys, people are gonna play different on land, bro. Especially in front of a crowd. Like, it's completely different than just fucking playing at home. None of these guys have really ever played on land. Other than the few couple that have done like the Baka one or even
Raven
that
said
one.
Yeah.
So that's literally it. And then,
That's why.
I mean, none of them have really ever played. And then the crowd really changes things up. I'm sure people definitely got nervous from that one too.
Damn, bro. I mean, we saw some performances definitely. We talked about a little bit earlier that were definitely very surprising. But I mean, hey, I honestly,
who's hacking for real?
I'm about to say, do you guys think any hackers get exposed at the World Series Awards? And do you guys think, or do you think people just?
I mean, honestly, I think this team right here probably has the most experience winning on LAN and Warzone LANs. Like, there's only been a handful, but all of us have played them, and we've like one of them at least, and one of them, and like
I don't know who the fuck. Like, I don't think anyone pulled up to that land and actually thought they were about to do something, you know. But people were saying WAG, but like I think he just might be ass, bro. I don't know. I don't think he was cheating, bro. I think he just ass.
That's what I've said. I don't think WAG was ever like a player that I thought was like, oh, he's dropping like 60 in tournaments. Like I know he's always like consistent because they played a certain way though. Like I could never play like how WAG and them play. Like they play for the zone.
WAG in my head is kind of like he's like an iron, you know? Like
yes,
like a wind grinder.
He just sits there. Like he'll sit there and then they just get zone and they'll get their kills and placement. Like that's like how they get their points is through placement. They basically, especially with the 1.8, like they would double their points in tournaments off of like their 1.8 pretty much. But I just think like LAN too, like it also depends I don't know if who they got contested by, but it's like let's say WAG got contested by Soka every game. Like, are you gonna say he's hacking because he died to arguably one of the best players in the game, or that team in the game over and over and over again? Because like Jama and Vap's team,
switch it up, bro. Oh fuck.
like Jama, we kept running into Vap's team over, and I think they're a good team, but they did really bad because 4 out of 6 games we wiped them. So it's like, you know, there's little things like that, but I do think there's people that are cheating.
Really?
Now I can't say names because it's not like I have no that land. I can't just say, oh, you're hacking. I'm not gonna put that on someone. But I do think out of 150 people, I do think some people were hacking and they went to the LAN and like they just didn't do much. But I also do think there's people that are cheating and that just kind of suck at the game, and that just makes them like an average player. And so they'll get like decent placements. But it's because there's no one. I don't think there's anyone that's cheating and is a top player.
Okay,
like,
I feel that.
I just don't think that. I just think at the top, you just have something that I guess cheating wouldn't give you, and it's just like that reaction, that gut, that kill instinct type shit like that. That I think it's always like the players that I think are cheating, like the really bad movement, and they just like know too much. I was like, oh, what are you doing? Like you can't push your fucking buttons, but you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? You got all that knowledge on the map, but you can't slide cancel at all. Like, but nah, I mean, I feel like there had to be someone that was hacking and went to LAN, and they probably still did decent, you know, but I can't say names.
Yeah.
I have my conspiracy theories, but I'm not gonna say names and put that energy towards them.
Yeah, I will agree. I think what D said is I think a lot of people just it's not like some people perform bad. Yeah, a lot of people just aren't that great and like
they just suck.
Yeah. Okay, I'll say it. They suck.
There you go.
All right, they suck. All right, Chad. Listen. So I mean, I don't know, man. I think only time will tell when we keep having lands. I guess here is kind of like the question, right? I mean, we were talking about format. So I mean, what do you guys think if in a perfect world we get crowdfunding? I don't know if you know if that's possible, but I will say this because of how well the event did. I can almost guarantee you our prize pool will probably shoot up, or we're gonna have way more events. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. What are you guys thinking going into like? Do you guys want kind of like an LGS format where it's a whole like 6-month process? Because I know Salzy. I mean not Salzy. What's his name? Would know Vic. How is it for like LGS and things like that? I think it's like a 9-month process, I believe.
They have like splits.
Yeah,
it's like some crazy shit.
Yeah, it's like splits and they have multiple.
Yeah, they have multiple lands, I think, right?
Yeah, they do.
They had multiple in London. They had multiple in London this year, I thought.
It's a 9-month process, and then it's split 1, split 2, and then champs. So it's like literally constantly, and they have. I'm pretty sure after every split, they have like a LAN at the end of it, something like that. So 3 LANs per year, 3 splits per year. Honestly, bro, I mean, remember, everybody has to keep in mind that this is only our first year doing this. Technically speaking, genuinely, this is our first year. Like this is Warzone. Like 1 year, first year, we're at fucking ground level. Now it's like, okay, how can we take whatever happened? We saw that we can pull numbers, right? Like so now, how do we take this and go? A lot of people are like, and I'm gonna say this. I don't think people realize how dumb they sound. They're like, like first of all, it ain't CDL versus Warzone. I hate that shit, bro. Like there's room for everybody to prosper, but like if it was a competition, like they're saying, but like 150 people like stream their POVs, of course it's gonna have higher numbers. I don't think they realize from an investor's point of view, they're only making it harder for the CDL to succeed, because as an investor, I don't think that's the way it is. I'm pretty sure everybody has room to fucking like grow and everybody has room to prosper. But if they like, investors are gonna look at that and be like, okay, they don't care about that. They're just like, what brings the most views, right? So like at the end of the day, like Warzone, I think this is only the start. And it's just going to continue to grow, in my opinion, as far as the competitive platform. And this is that we've only did one fucking event, bro. We only did one fucking event. Like I would hope that they can do an AGS, do 3-4 LANs a year and kind of do it like that, and then all leading up until one giant World Series of Warzone, which is kind of like the Super Bowl, So that's kind of at the end of the day,
did it pretty good too.
Yeah.
Fortnite had it was like a duos and a solos, right? Their World Cup, because they've only done like one World Cup, right?
Yeah, one World Cup, but then after that they stopped. So
I was gonna say, have they done any more LANs since then?
I don't think so. And
DreamHack, there's like DreamHacks, but I don't know if that's like for like a World Cup type shit. But I know there's like a 250,000 one. They did.
They do a bunch of what's it called, online like AL, not AGLs, what's it called, FNCSs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they do a lot of things like that, and I think that's great. I don't know what direction Call of Duty is going to decide to take this, because again, if we're getting viewers, and again, you're right, people saying, oh, but you guys have 150 players. You're right, but the investors only give a fuck about numbers. People, like, if you understand business, they only care, all right, if I put in 5 million, what is my return on investment? And okay, this is the amount of viewers. Okay, let me invest more money. That's the way business works. So I hope going into this next year, our prize pool shoots up, and we can, honestly, I just want more events, bro. Like, I don't like the whole one World Series award and that's it. If we can have multiple lands, like, I know it's expensive,
dude,
but
like, it's expensive, but think of the return that they get off of that. Like, I mean, CDO, like, if it sucks sometimes seeing like some CDO players when they go live and they stream on themselves, like just to do what they do, they only average, like, some of them only average like 20 to 50 viewers, unless you're like the big names for the big teams, but some of them don't average that much. But like, yeah, like if you're not on those teams, you're not averaging that much unless you're actually grinding. But like, some of these people, they don't get that much like spotlight. And I hate the conversation between Warzone and CDL because it's two different games. It's literally it's a BR to a multiplayer. Like, that should not be an argument at all. It like, of course, like, say people, like some people, it's like saying they can go into CDL, like they don't know what the other people who are actually in the CDL have been through to get there, like shit, like Shifty, for instance. Like, Shifty's been in the same shoes as Celium, being accused and being like blacklisted and stuff like that. Like, they even said that Celium was blacklisted from playing console tourneys and stuff like that. Like, Shifty literally had the same thing going on for him, but on the Warzone side, like, similar things happen to different players on different categories, as well as Warzone and like stuff like that. But I feel like us, like, oh shit, if we weren't streaming our own POVs, we wouldn't be averaging that much viewers. Like, if Call of Duty strictly wanted only them to stream that tournament, dude, they would have probably had like so many viewers. But I mean, them putting all of us on the map still gave them a lot more viewers and gave them like more chances for Warzone to blow up for like the future tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, I wish, obviously, I understand it from CDL standpoint. Like, it's like they're franchised, so like there are certain rules that they have to follow, so they can't do that because like they pay 20 to 25 million, I believe, for a spot. Like, I get it, right? That brings up the subject again. If Warzone is going to succeed because they have investors that put into the CDL, Warzone cannot compete in any way with the CDL in any possible way. For those of y'all who don't know that, you just know like that. That's true. We can't compete. So the only way that we could do it, at least I would hope that the way we do this is, I know CDL events are normally Thursday through Sunday, I think, for champs, and then I think Friday through Sunday for regular tournaments. I mean, it'd be cool if we had Warzone Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then CDL Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if we decided to do anything. The goal is, man, at the end of the day, Call of Duty, they're looking at it and they're like, all right, what is going to sell more? How are they going to make more money, right? And tournaments and all this shit is marketing. And so if we can get more eyes on our fucking esport, like, only Call of Duty succeeds, man. So I mean, yeah, they even, did you guys see that tweet that they put out that Blizzard announced that they said that they are not opposed to combining multiple like categories of their Blizzard, right? So Overwatch, COD, Warzone, Call of Duty Mobile, CDL, like, I mean, that would be cool too. I don't know. I would love to talk to the people that run the World Series of Warzone and kind of just, like figure out what we can, like, how we can improve going into next year. But I really hope, man, that going into the next year, next 2 years, that they can have multiple lands. And I'm assuming you guys want that too. But like, yo, okay, real quick, what do y'all think about fucking match point?
And we should do it.
Can it work?
Well,
that would be good.
I think they should do like a CDLR though for that.
Oh, what do you mean?
Like, I think like a rebirth match point. Like, I don't know how that would work for the big map. Like, with 50 teams, it would, unless you, I guess, reduce the teams. But
no, I think you could do it.
Like having, well, World Series would be weird though. Like,
you could
we
do
could
it.
Be there forever. We could be there forever.
I mean, yes and no. In my opinion, I think so. Chat, for those of y'all who don't know, match point is pretty much, let's say, for example, this tournament, the match point was 120, right? Then once you pass 120 points, then in order to win the whole tournament, you don't win the whole tournament by getting 120 points. You have to win a game in order to win the whole tournament. The reason why that's so, like, from a competitive standpoint, I was talking to, I think it was Soka about this, and I was like, Warzone people need to understand that sometimes dragging, like, if there's a cursor, right, there's a bar between competitive and entertainment, sometimes people drag too much on one end of the stick. And this is the common thing that's happened in CDO over the years, right? I've been watching for CDO for a long time, and a lot of the feedback that people say is like, oh, sometimes they make it too competitive where it's not as enjoyable for a viewer, right? I think Warzone side needs to take that feedback and be like, look, we need to figure out what is going to help us in 10 years. How in 10 years are we going to still be doing World Series of Warzone? That's when we see, fuck competitive, right? Because let's be honest, BR ain't even the most, like, it's not competitive, right? Like, let's keep it $150, right? So how can we make something super enticing for a viewer to come and watch, and let's be here for the next fucking 10 to 20 years? If people don't understand that, I get it. They probably don't understand business, but at the end of the day, like we need to be prioritizing viewership over everything so that we can be in the space longer, right? So I don't know, that's kind of like when it comes to match point, it is a little bit more cheesy, right? As far as like it's less competitive but more entertaining for the viewer, right? But I think for you guys, D, I mean, you are probably the most competitive person I've ever met. What do you think? Like, is that as a competitor that you're probably like, that kind of sucks, but like, do you think it would pull numbers? And obviously we see ALGS pulling insane numbers. I mean, I watched the ALGS finals because I was so intrigued with match point and it made it so interesting to watch. But what do you think?
I mean, I think that's the only reason why they kept it in LGS is because it pulls numbers and like people like to see the win or like the hype. Like the same thing with Optic. Like they were ahead during the ALGS thing and by hella points, but they ended up not winning the entire tournament just because they couldn't win a game. You know, I'd be fucking checked if that was us, to be honest. But
yeah,
I mean, it is what it is. I guess that's the format. It sucks for them. I honestly wouldn't want to see it in Warzone, but I mean, that's just like if they decide to do it. I mean, I also like wouldn't be mad because like I'm sure it would probably be more viewers to Warzone.
Yeah,
just because you know it's definitely more entertaining. It's the same thing with the solo YOLO. It's like purely for entertainment, literally. So I don't know. I mean, it would definitely be hard with the amount of teams though, because like ALGS only has like 20 teams. So
yeah,
it's like reduces the amount of like if you're a good ass team, you're probably gonna win a game. I mean, in LGS, in Warzone, it's pretty hard because like you die so fast. It's not really super consistent. Like, you know, we won 2 games, but like I feel like that's just because everyone else was playing kind of ass.
yeah.
So, like realistically, we probably should never be winning 2 games in the World Series. Out of 6, we should not be winning 2. Maybe 1, you know. But even then, that's hard as fuck. Like top 5 is usually like
good day.
Yeah, top 5 is usually like the limit. You know, that's where you should be placing. But you know, it'll definitely be hard. I don't know about fucking like how that would work with Warzone with all that, but you know.
I mean, somebody brought up a good point. I mean, what if like after a certain amount of games, a certain amount of teams keep getting eliminated? So like after whatever, like after 3 games or 4 games, then the bottom 10 teams are out. Like, right? Because then they would just be griefing other people's teams or games. I actually never thought of that.
Like, would that go into big map or resurgence?
Big map. I'm talking big map.
Because big map, nah, like no, like honestly, like big map when there's like less than max amount of players. Like, say if there's less than 120 or 130 players, it is probably the most boring game ever. Like, it is so boring. Like these like practices that we had, bro, only had like 90 people.
Well, remember, remember, Pops, we're not talking fucking Twitter practice tournaments for $1,000. We're talking about World Series of Warzone here. We're talking about like everybody on LAN and shit. Like, I get where you're coming from. I don't know. I'm just trying to see, like, I think if there's a way to make it happen, that'd be cool. But I get what you're saying. Like
say for instance, like some teams are actually like off rip teams. Like they're the teams that if you fight them off rip, you have a high chance of losing. But then end game, they don't know what the hell to do. You know, they're probably lost. So it's like if you cut top, back, or top, let's say like top 5, like the bottom 5, like that's more reasonable. You know, like how it would work. And that team that's an off rip team loses the team that they were farming throughout the whole tournament. Then they go to like say like, you know, they start playing really bad and they lose their rhythm. I don't know. I think those match points. Like, say for us, like, if we would have gotten that match point, I mean, we would have won. We still won that last map.
Yeah,
Like,
you guys
that
would have won. Like, if it was match point. So, I mean, let's say, okay, this is also a conversation that got brought up. I know you guys are foaming at the mouth probably hearing this, but a resurgence World Series of Warzone on top of the already World Series of Warzone. Let me ask one thing. Is that a W or is that an L? Because if so, that means prize pools will be split. Like, if let's say, because you have to think about it from an investor's point of view, if people are only allowed, let's say 5 million, right? 2.5 goes to big map, 2.5 goes to resurgence, but people can compete in both. I personally, let me give you guys my opinion before you guys tell me yours. I like the idea. I think it's great to bring in more people, but again, we haven't even finalized big maps like rule set and how that's going to play out. I think we should focus on one first, and then after like a year or two of like once it's like, yo, this is sick. Like, let's say for example, if Apex decided to do something like that, like then that's the time because they already have an established league. Then after that's kind of how I feel. But I mean, I don't know. Shifty, tell me what you're thinking.
I think you could do it in a way that it would. I think that would be your match point. Like, that's what I think.
Yes, you could
like,
definitely do match point there.
That's kind of how I thought of, like, because Apex is 20 teams of trios, and like that's how Vandal is. It's 20 trios. So it literally is the exact same, and they're like shorter games, and the limit to get that many points in the game is a lot less than it is in the big map. Like, you could drop a 30 kill win and it gets 60 points, and you know in ALGS, what was the match point at? It's like 50, right?
Yeah.
Like something like pretty low. So like
it was like,
I feel like
50,
it'd be a lot easier with the resurgence with the multipliers that we have in it to make a very, very good number for like that threshold. Whereas in a big map, like if they did it in a way like we might fuck it over and like it'd be over and like someone out match point 2 games. Like it could be something like that. I think
Apex they had it in 3, so.
Yeah, but they were also playing like phenomenal. Like the Optic team, like usually it takes. I think they were saying on average it was like 8+ games. Like ALGS was 8+ games, and it had gone past 10. I think I was watching the streams too, and that shit is mad entertaining. I almost feel like that win is super like. I think it's competitive. I think like you shouldn't just. To win a game, bro, that's really fucking hard.
It's hard.
Like especially because I was hearing that like they knew that Optic was like the 3rd place team and they focused Optic. Like they knew either just like they had that feeling like we need to kill this team because if we don't get another game. So like it also adds like a different what's it called, like strategy to it, and kind of like you might have to change up your drop. You might have to play a little different. Like you're gonna need a backup plan because once people know that you're at that point, they're gonna start focusing you. So I like as a competitor, it kind of it sounds cool to me because it's like a whole nother thing you have to learn. Yeah, like a whole nother just a whole different fucking ball game. So I'm always down for that. But I do think you could do it in a way like let's say we had 5 million that you could even do 3 and 2. You don't have to split it half and half, especially I don't know like which community is bigger, like or something like that. But it also be getting different people in too, like because I don't think you'd have all. If you have 50 teams in World Series Warzone, you only have 20 that qualify for the resurgence. Yeah. So it would be, some people would get left out, and I think you have like literally the best of the best players.
You would also have to do like you would have to claim your job because imagine like fucking. You're first place. You're the only team that can win like match point, and then everyone just fucking starts landing on you. Like you'd be chalked, bro.
That's how Apex is, right? Like you have to say where you're going.
Yeah, Fortnite is
it's something like that, right? Like I thought Apex, I'd watch like their scrims and like they type where they're going or some shit. So I don't know if that's fucking true or not, but that would be kind of crazy to have like your Soka's team is they own Mall, then it's us. So we if we had a name for our spot, I don't know, then we're going there. It's just kind of like the casuals, like all the people, the fans, they get to see like holy shit, like they're gonna run into each other, like they're right next to each other, or you'll see like certain teams separate on purpose from each other because they don't want to fight, and then you have to wait for that end game interaction. So I think if they did it the right way, it'd be super fucking lit.
I definitely think. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I think the game point would be the resurgence. I don't think we should do it in the big map.
Okay. All right. I mean, I think from a viewer now, like I obviously I used to compete last year, but now I'm strictly like, okay, how can we get the community more involved? How can we get more viewers? I think match point is something that is super casual friendly and would definitely raise viewership. Again, it's just figuring out how to do it. I don't know. I'm sure, you know, with big enough brains, we can figure it out. But I would say people are like, oh, it's going to last forever. I personally don't think so, because if you make the threshold 100, like, if it's going to be very easy to get to that 100 where it's like 10 teams fighting out for the 100, you never know who's going to win. Like, once it becomes 10 out of the fucking 50 teams, like, one of them is bound to win, bro. Like, let's be honest, the people that are at the bottom are there for a reason. They're ass. So they're not, I don't see them winning games, right? So I don't know. That's kind of the way I see it. But yeah, man.
So like it would start like big map zone 1 with like 10 people or 10 teams.
No, I'm saying like if let's say, for example, the match point is at 100, right? In this tournament, that would make it, here, I'm pulling it up now. That would make
talking
it
about the drop off. Are you talking about that like you're talking about teams dropping off at some point, or no?
No, I'm just talking in general. All 50 teams are there.
Okay.
Even going into the 6th game, there was 102. There was 6 teams that have 100 plus points, right? You could even make this like 90, 75, whatever the case may be. If you put it at 75, that would make it 10 teams going into the 6th game that are on match point, right? I think that's, in my opinion, it would probably stay at like 100. Yeah, I think 100 would be a good, like 6 teams going in. I think like you could probably still do match point. And even then, if that was the case, you guys would have won, right? So that's kind of my opinion on it. And again, if you're nobody in not a bad way, I'm not trying to talk shit, but nobody in the bottom like 40th are going to be winning games consistently. So I don't think that, like, yeah, I mean, they're like, not a bad way, but again, they're there for a reason. So I don't think they'll be winning, and I feel like it'll make a lot more sense, or I feel like it might not be as difficult as a lot of people say. Yeah, so I don't know, that's kind of my opinion on that whole thing.
We had better teams, to be honest. I feel like in Apex too, like there's a very big skill gap. So like all 20 teams are pretty fucking good. Like you had Energy not even qual. Like that's a really crazy fucking team on paper, and they've done it before on LAN, or they're very good. And because of how difficult and how good every team was, they did not qual. Like that was a shock. Dark Zero too. Like that's another team. Like I like watching that shit because it's like, it's almost crazy to me that we could have a Warzone event where you don't have the best team qualify because of how good, you know, you have some of these guys.
I mean, that's Call of Duty. That's Call of Duty.
Exactly, like the names that aren't as I guess known, you could have them not qualify because it's one team, they go into this LAN, they pop the fuck off. Like I think like it's Timmy and his team, like people kind of wrote him out and they got 4th. Like that was and they would have won the tournament, but their teammate had trolled and forgot that there's like thermals, and they had TSM killed them in that game, and they would have been where TSM was, and they would have won the tournament. And that's a team that no one had winning like a chance at winning ALGS, and they fucking got 4th. So it's like it's kind of, I don't know, as a challenger, bro, like as a competitor, that shit just like, it sounds so fucking cool to have something like that. That's like,
especially with
but
fucking.
Also, we need like that level of competitiveness, and I just don't know if Warzone has that.
I mean,
it doesn't seem like there's enough players that are that good.
Yeah, it's also the fact like there's not 50 like good ass teams, you know. It's hard to find people. It's not that restrictive, you know. 50 teams is a lot. If it was like 20 teams, then it would start like, you know, the skill would be there. Like
for sure.
It's like it's like fucking crazy.
For instance, like say the Apex, every single team there is signed with an org that plays like those leagues. Like us, you could just pick and swap any single person. They're not signed. They're not committed to any single team. You know, they, like me, for instance, I could just leave this team, and you know that doesn't go against anything. You know, that's like, but like Apex is different because they're signed players. Like they're actually like, they have to be devoted to that team. You know. So, I mean, say for like, if there was a CDLR, like remember how they did it for the other ones? Like they had to represent a team, you know, like they had, like I think it was the one that was the quads one for Rebirth. They had like every single team representing someone else and stuff like that. Like even for like the Fortune Skeep one, they had a lot of different teams representing a specific org. Like those work really well. As well as like, you know, like you kind of get like, say like for instance, like say if we go all the way back to Fortune's Keep and this team ran Fortune's Keep and we were signed under like Optic or like Complexity and something like that, like then you get the fan base plus that, you know, like some of these teams are just pickup teams, you know. So I feel like if there was like a CDLR and they did have it, so like it had to be a signed team, you know, like a signed trio, it would probably look a lot more better and more competitive. You know.
I don't know.
Like,
I kind of
like the
disagree.
CDL.
I disagree with that because I mean a lot of people can argue this, and I can kind of agree that like franchising and that kind of stuff kills the competitive scene, and it reduces the chances of people coming up out of nowhere. Like it reduces the chances of like. Yeah. So I like that Warzone is you're able to bring so many people from like into the scene that are not really fucking like known, and that's what I like about it. But I'm just like, it's more about Call of Duty being a competitive thing. That's all it is. Like especially with Warzone, it even makes it less competitive, right? Like I don't know if we can ever make it like the most competitive esport. It's not gonna happen. Like our time to kill is too fucking fast. Like it's too RNG. We can do things to kind of make it a little bit more, fucking competitive. But like I think, like I know what you guys are saying, but I feel like as a community, we should focus on how to grow instead of making it the most competitive. That's just my opinion. Obviously, I'm not a competitor anymore, so it might be biased for me to say that. But yeah, I mean, speaking of, let me kind of go into the next subject. We'll kind of end on this, is Modern Warfare 3, boys. Like now the skill gap is going to drastically improve, right? What do you guys, okay, so this is kind of like, I don't want to go like, you guys arguably won by the biggest skill gap, the smallest skill gap ever, but you guys had the biggest deficit in any tournament history as far as World Series of Warzone. Now, going into next year, do you guys like, was it just your guys' team chem was just that crazy, or do you feel like you guys just kind of got ahead of the curve, and do you feel like there was kind of a skill gap in Modern Warfare or Warzone 2, and just Modern Warfare 3? How do you guys feel going into that? Go ahead, D.
I think it honestly, it just came down to our chem and us peaking at the right time. Literally, we all played perfect for this tournament. 1, 2, and 3 most kills in the tourney. We played our lives perfectly. We got top 5, everything. So I think next year, honestly, it's just gonna be the exact same. Like the slide cat scene, like it's not really gonna change much. Obviously, other than the close range gunfights, but like it's really like everyone's gonna be able to move. It's like in this game, everyone can shoot straight. Like it's so easy to shoot straight in COD, and so next year it's probably gonna be pretty much the same. Close range gunfights might change a little bit, but it's like when you're able to listen, like Shifty being the IGL, us listening to him, it made the game super easy for us. It's just like we focus on what we need to do, and then Shifty will tell us like where to go, where to move, all that. So next year he'll just be doing the same thing, and then we'll just be moving. It's not hard. We'll just be rotating early, doing our shit. We should be chilling.
All right, Shifty, what about you?
I don't know, man. I played all three, like, Verdansk, Caldera, and this one. I feel like this one was the hardest, in my opinion, but in a different way. Because in Caldera, I could die to the worst fucking player because I get ground snaked and they stemmed right before. Like, that bullshit, I hate it. I always said that in Caldera. Like, I only die to the kids who have the crazy movement because I just couldn't get that shit down like that. So it was very annoying to me. I feel like I don't like bailout CODs or I guess bailout BRs like that, because I feel like in this game, dude, like if I played individually and my teammates played individually, like at their best, like you just weren't able to break us. Like I didn't care who you were, you just couldn't do it. And I think like without the movement, like it was very, you got punished for making a lot of mistakes, and I think a lot of people make mistakes. And because we've had for the past 2 years, like stems and all these bailouts, movement, that like you could fuck up and be in the open and get out. And like that's just not. I didn't like that. It's cool though, like to watch it, like all the plays that you can make and how people got shit on 1v2. But I did like how this COD felt. This COD felt really like strategic and just a lot more planning how to go into it, for me at least. That's how I took this COD. I was like, you can't fuck up. Like you really need to have a good drop. You really need to have like a game plan from zone 1 to the end game. Like you really needed everyone to know what they were doing instead of just having like a guy who's just gonna run around and stim and 2-piece. Like I did not like that. Although I was one of those guys who did that. You know, I just don't like it because I feel like this type of COD I feel like with the right people around me, I can dominate. And because there was just not that many good people at this COD, in my opinion. I thought there was less hitters than there was in like Caldera and Verdansk. Like there was so many good players in Verdansk, so many good teams in Caldera, and I just felt like in this one, I don't know, people just didn't like it, so maybe that's why like they weren't grinding. But I just didn't think there was that many good teams. Like the teams that surprised me were like the Rated when they won their state. I didn't think they were like be able to do that. And I just, other than that, like you had what, TBE and Soka's team. Like I don't even know who got 5th or 4th. Like I don't even know them.
Shoot, shout out to them. I mean, bro,
they're turn.
That was
clearly their turn, but I don't even know who they are.
That was
like,
Amir, Castillo, and Dark.
Yeah, like I've played against a couple of them, and I didn't even like rate them that high. But I mean, clearly they showed up on LAN. Yeah, that's typical. But like, I wouldn't have, if I saw that list, I wouldn't have had them in my top 5.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were, and I say this with respect and with a lot of fucking love to them. They were the most shocking team, probably in the World Series, and that's like, and in a good way. They came out and they fucking fried. That's Deuce, Amir, Castillo, and Dark. They came out and they played fucking insane, bro. They
Castillo.
I always say fuck Castillo, but he knows I got love for him. So I mean, so going into Modern Warfare 3, do you guys? I guess Shifty, I'm really shocked by your answer. I didn't think that's what you'd be. Sage, what about you, real quick? What do you think?
I mean, I'm a fucking. I move like a dumbass, and like the last Caldera and Verdansk, like those are probably the 1-2 games that. Bro, I was fucking moving. I was sliding to prone B-hop, snaking, fucking crouch spamming as well, still running at the same time. Like, I was doing every single thing to have movement. And this game, I was like, fuck, I was like, damn, there's nothing. But then I still used it to my advantage. I found a little, like, you jump on a curve, you get more boost. I was the one that, like, found out about, like, dolphin diving off, like, the corners. And then as you parachute, you press A and you fly higher and stuff like that. Like, dude, like, most of the jump ups, like, dude, I'm a cheesehead. Like, I love doing those small little shits, but that look stupid, but they're fucking smart.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm hoping, I mean, I felt like this game took... It was like you die to the easiest kills, mainly because there's no skill. Like, dude, you shoot someone in the leg and the other person's screen goes white because of a freaking attachment. Like stuff like that. Like it makes
that's still crazy. That's still call a point.
Like a nade stuns you. Like, why is that a thing?
Yeah.
Like stuff like that is just really, really dumb for this game. I hope for the next game it gets a lot more like skill gap. As well as like, it kind of would ruin a lot of players, like a skill gap, because I guess like there's like us, like this team, and then there's like the FIFA whose like mindset is just crazy, but they don't slide cancel, they don't dolphin dive. Like FIFA, if you watch his stream at any time of the day, he's probably just moving with his gun like this instead of fucking running like this. Like, bro,
I went to a stream today. He throws smokes by pressing X, bro. I was like, what the fuck? How does he even do that? I think he throws his grenades with R1 or something. I was so confused by his button layout, bro.
Wait, what? He released bumper jumper or some shit?
I don't know what the fuck he does, but he has no paddles or nothing. He literally has a default controller and he just like...
Oh my God.
He showed me his controller, bro. He doesn't play with bumpers. He just fucking... he throws shit with X. I don't know.
Probably jumps with his analog then.
Yeah, probably.
Like I mean, one thing too is like I am excited for movement to come back though.
Yeah,
I think if that's what brings like in the big picture, like people back to the game, because like this game had a crazy drop off of players playing, like active players. So like no matter what, we're gonna dominate. Like that's just no matter what, we're gonna be at the top. Like I know individually, I don't care what it is, what meta, what the move is like. I'm gonna make sure I'm the best at it. But I just know that like I'm a very perfectionist type of player. So like when you do get punished for making mistakes, I feel like that's kind of where I flourish.
Yeah.
I try to I run my game over so many, I am very picky and I really break down the game in a way I don't think a lot of people do. So like in a game where you do get punished for mistakes, I think that's where I'm best. But at the same time, I'm going to abuse the fuck out of whatever movement if we have anything crazy. Like I'm going to abuse the fuck out of it. Like I'm going to be that fucking movement demon. Although I don't want to be, I will do all that shit. And, You know,
Like-
I got 4 paddles, so I'll be good, bro.
Yeah, so
Like, no, dude, think about this. Like, if they add, like, say if, for instance, like, you know, like, just say this, bro. Like, bro, if this team was to play last year in Caldera for World Series, how would we do compared to how we did this year? You know, a game that actually had movement, the cheesy ass
Yeah.
stems.
Okay, yeah. So that's what I want to know, right? Going into next year, for you guys, do you guys think you guys got a buff, a nerf, or just gonna stay like not the same, but you know what I mean, right? Like it doesn't matter. Like, what do you guys feel? Like D, you first. What do you think you guys? You know?
I don't know. I mean, my first 2 World Series, like, I didn't have like a fucking god squad, but we still did all right. So like, well, I guess like I had you.
Damn.
Shit, my bad.
What do you mean by that?
Oh shit,
Pops?
my bad.
Oh shit.
Nah,
What do you
but,
mean by
like,
that, Pops?
dude, Ev didn't have like the greatest movement or anything. It's not like he was doing anything crazy, but we still like, you know, we still did good. Like we got second. I mean, I don't know if it's really gonna change as much or shit. We could be diffy. I don't fucking know. I can't really know until I actually get to play the game because I don't know what anything looks like. You know, I have no fucking idea what the hell any of that shit's gonna be like. How anything's gonna change the guns or anything because apparently like the visual recoil is different. You know, I don't know. It could be completely different. I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I played it, so I know. You guys don't.
Good for you, bro.
no matter what, I mean, like,
Must be nice.
I think
I
if you
don't
got it, you got
know.
it though. Like,
yeah, it's something with like you just gotta learn. It's just another thing to adapt to. Like, I thought this was my best Warzone map. Like, I thought I played the best on this map. Although we all know what happened in Caldera. Like, I was at a point. I would say I was the best Caldera player.
you must have been him, bro. I mean, you got blacklisted. People hated
Yeah.
you.
So
People
it's
thought you
like-
were diffy.
So it's like I don't know. It's just like whatever you get thrown at you, and you gotta make sure you're the best at it. So I mean, it would be nice, I guess. The only reason why I say I would want the movement back like that is if it brings more players, which in general would help us overall. But I don't think I worry about it like, oh damn, we might not be a good team anymore. Because if anything, I think like Sage was people like call him like the movement king, like he's like really good with all the stimming and all that shit. So I think if anything, he gets buffed, and then D is I guess like you give him movement, then he can get out of that shit like that. He gets like I don't know. I guess it gives us kind of a bailout, which can be really fucking scary. Because when we do make those mistakes, like we would have, I guess, something to get out of it if we had movement.
Yeah.
And I mean, and I'm just gonna do what I fucking always do, and that's just get nerdy with it. So I mean, I would say if anything, we get better, or we stay the same.
Okay, Sage, what about you, Pops?
I mean,
I know. I always say
hope-
this. I think you're gonna get way better.
I hope more players come back. You know, like a lot of people just disappeared. A lot of people that actually had potential.
Their
Like,
passion too.
yeah. I mean, bro, there's just a lot. There's not just one, you know. But it's
Shark
like,
emoji.
yeah, it's like there's like a lot of people, you know. Like, say for instance, like one of the main person that everybody was shocked about, fucking Stu. You know?
Oh yeah.
Stu like literally quit because of the game was being so shit. And plus, I mean, he had stuff going on, but like shit, everybody agreed with him on leaving. They were just like, yeah, bro, this game's shit. Like, you know, enjoy and pursue your dream. You know, nobody was just like, come on, man. You know,
Was he gonna leave if it was good anyway?
I don't even
no?
know. Like,
I talked to him.
Left
He
to
just
like pursue his dream. Like he wanted to always be what he left to do.
yeah,
I talked to him. He just didn't enjoy streaming in general. He didn't like the whole process. He liked competing, but he didn't like streaming. And to make money, he had to be a streamer, not necessarily a competitor. Obviously, things might be different now if you know there does become a league and things start to get a little bit more, you know, on that side of things. But I mean, I don't know. But honestly, I think you guys, for you guys, your team, I think Sage is going to get a huge buff. I've seen this guy do the nerdiest shit. And then D, I mean, I completely disagree, and that's okay, Shifty, with what Shifty said. In my opinion, I think, like, this game, there was way more people that were good, that were ass back in the day. I'm not going to say any names, but I feel like there was a lot of shitters that got out of nowhere, became good this year. I can say that. You know, I can say that. You know, but I don't know. That's just me going in. That's just my opinion. I think next year there's going to be a lot of people that fall off. That's just my opinion. But before we end, we got a special guest coming into the podcast, bro. Let me bring this guy in. Hold on. Let me see if that worked right there.
God, this motherfucker, bro. Hold on. He's dumbass motherfucker,
bro.
Nah.
This guy, bro.
Fucking dead, bro.
Dude.
Listen,
What's up, guys? Yo, what's going on, man?
listen. Public enemy
Wagwan,
number
wagwan.
1, bro.
Oh, wrong. Fucking dead.
Let me get
Fucking
some
moron, bro.
sharks in the fucking chat real quick. Dolphins? What do y'all use? Soka? Sharks, dolphins?
He's, sharks.
Dolphins, I'm dead.
Well, Mr. Soka. Listen, we were just talking about Modern Warfare 3, Pops.
Yeah.
Going into it, obviously, we know you guys have a little friendly rivalry with this squad. Going into next year, what's kind of your thoughts on this squad and like how, what you're gonna bring to your squad next year?
You guys are. I mean, listen, man.
Fuck, bro.
Congrats, you guys. You guys are talented. You guys are 3 of the best gunnies in the world, man. You guys deserve it. Next year, I gotta bring out the big guns. So
Wait, is there a leak? Are you changing
Any
squads?
intel?
Yeah,
Any roster changes?
so no, I'm calling somebody out of retirement.
Anyone going back? Oh,
He had to come out of retirement. So
Oh shit!
we'll see it, man. Just know I'm in the depths. I'm in the depths of hell.
This guy's a fucking troll, bro.
Oh wait, hold on. So does that mean somebody getting dropped? Obviously, right?
damn.
Who is talk on
Good
that?
job, man. Somebody might be retiring. He's kind of old, but we'll see though. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know any of the guys' ages. I'm gonna keep it $150.
One of them on that team is fucking.
Wait, is he old?
There's only one old guy. There's only one old guy.
Is one of them old? Actually, I don't know who's old.
Ain't that old. He ain't getting younger though.
We'll see.
Oh shit! I didn't know. But listen, all right, Soka, what you thinking next year? You think you're gonna have to make the comeback start with these fools?
Wait, say it again. My bad. I didn't hear your question.
You think you're gonna make a comeback story against these guys? I would like to see your team, your squad, and their squad battle it out all next year.
I think this team is very talented. I think this team goes undefeated next year. You guys are so good, man. So.
You're close.
He's trying to jingle it.
Where's the Soka that I know? Where's the Soka that I know? Come on.
No, man. You guys deserve it, man. You guys are the champs, man. You guys earned it, man.
Shit.
I'll see you guys at Con Next, man. You know what I mean? And we'll try out the game and shit. But
Yeah, real quick before we conclude, because we'll end on this. COD Next. Well, what are y'all's thoughts on that? So, okay, I'll let you go first. What's kind of like your thoughts? Are you? Oh no, you. I thought. Oh, never mind. Go ahead, continue. Soka.
leak. Nah. I think Con Next is gonna be cool. I mean, I watched it last year at home, but I think this year's gonna be cool. I guess I don't know what creators are going, but I guess it's the same event they had it last year, like in LA, like the same place and everything. So, I mean, hopefully it's dope. You know what I mean? So, get to network and have business, but we'll see.
Boys, I mean, D, what are you thinking? You think it's gonna be good, or are we gonna get trolled like last year?
I mean, you said you played it.
I did.
From what I've heard about the game, all the stuff on Twitter and all that, it sounds good. The movement's back. I heard the movement's fucking crazy, actually. The visual recoil is different. There's a lot of different shit, and it all sounds good. Other than the tuning still being in the game, but it's whatever. I mean, all of that together, the game sounds like it's gonna be good as fuck. So hopefully we're not disappointed.
Okay, all right, boys. Shifty Sage.
I'm just hoping. I'm praying for a good COD. I should. Bro, we're hitting our prime years, honestly. Or not even our prime year, but we're still young. Me and shit, they're still about to hit 20.
You guys little babies, bruh.
Yeah, shit. At our age, we hope this COD's good so we can keep going. If it goes good, then shit, we might be the next fucking Biffle blowing up and shit like that. Biffle and Socket both blew up off of fucking just being nasty at the game, and they're already
Ain't that old, bro. What the hell?
I know, right? He said me and Shifty.
Yeah.
He's 1 year.
20. Suck is pushing 30.
Soka, how old are you?
Man. I'm 21, man. I'm getting old,
What the
man.
fuck? Shifty, what you thinking, Shifty?
I mean, I hadn't announced that I was going yet, but fuck it. I'm excited. I'm excited to go. Fuck
I
you, Hector.
mean, no, like
We're
technically.
always leaking,
Nah. Listen, you didn't have to say you were going. You could have just been like, oh, like I think it's gonna be cool, like you know.
I said, please invite me.
Nah, I mean it's really cool. I'm blessed to be able to go. You know, I feel like we did need that win in order to get, like, me and Sage, we need that fucking win to get that invite. So it'd be a cool experience for sure. I hope the game is good. I hope I don't get fucking trolled. So yeah, but I mean, nonetheless, I'm excited for it. I'm still new to this, like, streaming shit and just competing, like, at this level. So I mean, to get invited with some other big creators, you know what I'm saying? It's cool.
Soka's a fucking clown, bro.
This guy's a moron, bro. This guy's a dumbass, bro.
All right, listen, I got one final question before we go, man. You know, Soka, if for whatever reason they announce quads next year, what does it look like?
He ain't turning that down.
What? I ain't do shit. What are you talking about? What? What?
I'm just, you know, I'm just wondering.
In the May like that.
I'm just wondering, you know. What,
I mean, all right. Think about this, Hector, bro. What happened in the last quads tourney?
Wait, who was the squad?
Us four.
Was it actually you guys?
Yeah.
I think we won by 100.
What?
Jesus Christ.
It was something crazy.
We lost by.
I think did Swag get second? I think Swag, Evan, and Coach got second.
Yeah.
You guys won by 100?
Yeah, we fucking.
It was something fucking sick in the head.
What's up, Soka? You down for that?
I don't know, man. You guys are talented, man. You guys are so good.
You are fucking.
Oh,
man.
Oh man, you're an idiot, bro. Anyways, boys, listen, we got another podcast coming soon. We got a lot of things to talk about. We haven't even talked about any of the Modern Warfare 3 leaks, but we'll talk about that going into the next one. Boys, I appreciate y'all hopping on. Soka, I fucking love you. You're hilarious, bro. And all three of you boys, hey, congratulations. Y'all deserve that shit, man. That was fucking arguably the craziest fucking performance ever we've seen in World Series Warzone. But next year, I hope, you know, Soka can come back stronger than ever and make that redemption story right here, you know?
Damn, that means we lose then. What the fuck? That's crazy.
Pods, it's good. It's good for fucking viewership. You know, have a little rivalry. You know what I'm saying?
Good rivalry. I'm God.
I don't know. Back to back sounds good too.
Damn.
Oh shit.
All right, boys. Any final words? Any final words for anybody?
Hey, so I've been hearing people been throwing around the word Super Bandit around. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I've been hearing that get thrown around. Super Bandit. Yeah, that's what I heard.
Who's saying that?
Oh, my chat. I don't know if you've been saying shit, but they would say they can't wait for Super Bandit.
Listen, man. No one's smoking us in twos. Just know that.
right here. Twos. 2v2, anything custom. Kill race. Who's winning this? Shifty and Soka versus the Sage. What's up?
Hey, these the hard carry right there.
I don't know. I feel like I unlocked another superpower, bro. I'm an IGL now too. Like shit.
Damn.
All my infinity rings, bro. You know, my stones, bro.
Damn. All right, fine. We'll see going in next year what it brings, man. But boys, any final thoughts from anybody else? If not, we'll go ahead and conclude. But D, any final thoughts?
Nah, I'm good.
Sage.
Let's hope for a good year. Let's just hope for a good year.
Soka.
Yep, you guys are undeniable, man.
Dude, you're
Good clown, bro.
Bro.
Shifty, final thoughts.
I just hope you have a lot of tournaments, man. That's it. That's all I'm hoping for. Good COD and a lot of tournaments.
All right, I'll cheers to that, man. But boys, guys, we'll catch you guys on the next fucking podcast. Thank you to all the boys for hopping on. And we got another one coming soon. It's going to be juicy as well. There's a lot of fucking leaks going on. So we'll probably do that Sunday or Monday. We'll figure it out. But thank you guys so much for tuning into the Pullze Check podcast. We'll catch you guys in the next one, baby. Peace.